Yeah, ma'am, I'm good. How about you?
I'm also good. Tell me something good yourself.
Okay, basically, I'm a Chandan Lahiri. I belong to Bihar State. I'm a primary teacher. And if I talk about my hobby, so I love to interact with the peoples and learning new things in day-to-day life. So yeah, it's all about me. May I know you about, ma'am?
Yeah, please. My name is Pallavi Dhingra, and I'm an English trainer by profession. And I have been teaching online from last 10 years, and I really feel happy if somebody improves through my teaching. And I'm from Delhi, and about my education qualification, I'm postgraduate in English, as well as I'm TEFL certified trainer. So this is all about me.
That's great, ma'am. You're doing multiple tasks in your day, really.
Uh, I need to do multitasking. Even I tell you, with family members in my house, they keep on saying, "Oh, multitasker, come here! Multitasker, come here!"
Okay, ma'am. So my first question, sir, about the beginner sites. Like, ma'am, what kinds of strategy do you apply in your speaking field to enhance your experience nowadays?
Okay, see, I tell you, nowadays speaking English is important, but the way you are speaking English matters a lot. Suppose I'm speaking English and you are speaking English, and any other person is speaking English. So, what is the difference? The difference is the way you are speaking and how to change the difference in the accent and to have a polished up speaking is because of the vowel sounds. And as there are like five vowels, A, E, I, O, U, out of these five vowels, there are 20 sounds in English. So with these 20 sounds, if a person understand and use them in their speech could be different. This is something about like putting into a lot of accent and a polished English. And apart from that, this was a bit deep. Apart from that, going in general for the people, those who are beginners, so what they can do it is for speaking, one should daily practice talking to somebody. They can join some communities. Nowadays, there are a lot of apps available. Rather, there are some free apps as well. And you can talk to the people in your surrounding. And if you do not have anybody, like this is a problem majorly in India, we do not find the people in our surroundings. So, what you can do apart from that, stand in front of the mirror and practice. Do self talk. Self talk really helps to improve the English. So these are some tips. Also, like taking general topics. Suppose I will just start speaking what I've done from morning till now. Basic routine. Just try to have English in your basic routine. This will help you to speak English. And most importantly, think in English. Because if you're thinking in Hindi and you're wondering English will come out of your mouth, that's not possible. So you have to think in the language you want to speak out of your mouth. This is
Okay,
very important.
thank you so much for giving your license according to me. Okay, ma'am. So nowadays, the beginner have been facing to constructed their sentence. They are not able to construct their sentence according to time. So what kinds of idea would you like to give all of them? How they can construct any sentence?
See, for construction of sentence, what one can follow the basic rule subject plus verb plus object. From here, one can begin like writing about the things that you do daily, like I go to school, I go to office, I work daily, like this. And then moving on towards the more advanced structure, adding on adjectives to it. Adjectives means telling the quality of something, of the nouns. For example, if I write, she is a girl. Now, the next sentence I can write, she's a beautiful girl by adding adjectives. Adding adjectives to our sentence really helps you to polish up your English. So one should add a lot of adjectives. Adjective means adding like qualities. Suppose any if you are going to any place, so describe that thing in qualities. What all other qualities? Like for example, a person says, "ये तो कितनी सुंदर जगह है, मजा आ गया खाना खा के. It was बहुत ही
Hmm.
ज़्यादा स्वादिष्ट था." So the same thing try to have in your mind: delicious, tasty, wonderful, mesmerizing. So adding lot of adjectives to your sentence will have a person to have a better sentence structure. Moreover, it will help to improve vocabulary as well. So this is something one can practice, and adding on to it also by taking care of proper adverbs, and by like adding adverbs into it. Adverbs are something that tells more about the verbs. So suppose I say he runs fast. Now I want to make my sentence a bit longer. He runs very fast. And also for adverbs, to memorize adverbs, always remember ly ending words. 95% of the words are adverbs only. So this will also improve vocabulary. Suppose I can say immediately I will do, firstly I will do, slowly, secondly. So adding on these verbs, I must say only by learning parts of speech, that is noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, preposition, conjunction, interjection, one can have a better sentence structure. Only
Wow.
by learning parts of speech.
Okay, thank you, ma'am, for giving me proper replies. So, ma'am, I'm very curious, like, what kinds of accent do you like most? And do you want to act like that?
See, I tell you, I don't follow any accent at the moment. I neither speak British accent, I neither speak American accent. I just try to have a better version of myself. And this I would suggest for everybody. Don't compare yourself with other person, because every person has their individuality. And if you're comparing yourself with other person, whether in terms of speaking English or anything, that means you are just doubting the creation of God. God has made each one of us individually, so we should not do that. We should never compare ourselves with others. Rather, suppose if I'm this level, I should be happy if I reach to this level or a level up, rather than comparing myself with other person. This is something wrong you are doing to yourself, not only in terms of learning English. So if
Yes.
even in learning English, suppose you are speaking in some way, I am speaking in some way. If I could be better than that, that means that's my progress. But if I'm speaking in that way and the other person is speaking in that way, and I'm just trying to have like a cross connection, that why when I should reach, so I'm doing something bad to myself. And I just believe this way. If you are comparing yourself, means you are doubting God. That means God has not made you up to the mark. So never do this thing. Never compare yourself with anyone, whether in terms of
Oh,
speaking English or anything. So have the best version of yourself. And if you talk about accent, neutral accent is acceptable everywhere around the world. Nowadays, English is a global language, so have neutral accent.
yes, ma'am, you're right. Yeah, we shouldn't compare with anyone's. Because if we are start comparing with other people, that is mean we are insulting self ability, right? We are we are judging self a lot in comparison to other, right? So we
Yeah,
should be,
you're absolutely right.
yeah. Okay, ma'am. So nowadays I'm very curious person. Like I'm very curious.
The way I'm speaking and the way you are speaking, the only difference is because of the vowel sounds. I told you even right after my like our conversation, you can Google it. How many sounds are there in English? So there
Oh,
are 26 letters. There are 44 sounds. Out of 26 letters, there are 44 sounds that we produce. Whatever we are speaking, we are producing sounds. So the difference in the speech is just because of the vowel sounds. Because there are
oh,
five vowels and 21 consonant. So five vowels makes up to 20 sounds, and those 21 consonants makes up to how many are left? 24. So consonants everybody speak the same, but the
oh,
difference is only in the way of vowel. I give you one example, you will understand it better because I go deep into it. Suppose there are some people, those who say, those whose English is not up to the mark, those who have some MTI issue, mother tongue influence, like they say sorry ma'am, rather than sorry they say sorry. So can you tell me in this word SORRY, what is the vowel?
oh.
O is the vowel. So how she says the other person? Sorry. O. O sound is different, but actually it should be said sorry. So the difference in the speech is only because of the vowel sound. Any
Mm,
person in the whole world, if you are speaking any word, there is a difference just because of the vowel sound a person produces. So one needs to work a lot of vowel sounds. And if you will be asking me the suggestions for it, I would say right mentorship is the only technique for that, because you need to understand, people even do PhD into it, that how to produce proper sounds. It is deep rooted. But through my experience, I have some like way outs that you can even understand and do it in a layman language also, but it needs practice and efforts. It's not like that I tell you within 3 4 minutes or 5 minutes. It needs at least 4 to 5 months, a minimum of to 1 year, depending on your level, to reach to that level, like how you speak in a polished way out. Because every time you cannot think that I have to say the vowel sound now differently. When we are speaking, it goes smooth. So you have to train your mind. Rather than memorizing that, you have to train your mind. See, whatever is a person's age, from that age till now, suppose a person is 30. So from 30 years, you are speaking in particular accent. Now to change it, at least give 30 hours, or I would say multiply by 390 hours or something. So that much time it takes if you really want to change accent. But at the end of the at the end, I tell you, it's not that much important to speak in accent. You need to speak confidently. That matters a lot. That is shown from your body language and the way you are expressing. When I was born, I also learn, anybody can learn. I never say no, I am the one, you cannot learn my way or whatever. See, I also learn and I know the way outs one can also learn. But honestly telling you, it takes some time to reach to the level, and with proper mentorship and guidance, anyone can learn.
Yeah, but without having proper knowledge of grammar, how can be like that? Right.
And see, I tell you, grammar is not important to speak proper English. Not at all. See,
Um,
I started speaking. I tell you, in my family, there are kids like those who are like 3 or 10. They don't know grammar. Like the child who is 3, he doesn't know grammar, but he speaks English very good enough. So why? Just by listening in the surroundings. So grammar is not at all important. Always remember, if a person have this misconception, or even you have, that without knowing proper grammar, how can I speak? So grammar is not important. This is something old school. Nowadays it doesn't work. Grammar is important, but not only you will say, if I know grammar I can make proper sentence. No, it's not the case. There are other advanced wayouts also that you can follow to level up your English.
yeah, ma'am, but at least we have to know now the use of all the prepositions and the adverbs, as you mentioned before time. Right.
Yes,
So you proper
yes, that's what
experience.
I said. Grammar is important, but you cannot say only by knowing grammar I can speak. Even without knowing grammar, you can speak. I tell you, in my school, even I made one video on this. In my school, there was a peon. His name is Jerry Bhaiya, we used to call him. And he speaks so good English, and he never went to the school, he never studied, and he is like, as we are living in India, so but he speaks very good English. He doesn't know grammar, just by listening to the people around he speaks. So grammar is not important. Rather, he doesn't know what is preposition, what is noun, what is verb. Yes,
Yeah,
so
ma'am, you are
it is
right.
only in your mentality, only in our mindset, because this is something coming from many years, that if you learn grammar, you do translation, then only you improve. Nowadays, it doesn't work. As you see, we are evolving, we are moving. The things we do before Corona, 5 6 years back, we are not doing the same thing. So, in the similar way, the means of learning English was also changed. For earlier time, people used to say, "Oh, I take so much of time to learn English." Nowadays, it doesn't take this much of time, provided you know the right guidance and the proper technique.
Yeah, ma'am, you're right. Because in this time, every people have been just busy in their life schedules,
Yes,
right?
nobody have the time. Rather, if you say I want to give 1 year to English, nobody wants to give 1 year. They want to say like today we start and tomorrow we improve. So there are some fast way outs how you can improve.
Yeah, ma'am, you're right. That's why the biggest reasons behind it, so they are not good at in this language. They have only the excuses for giving other only.
Yeah,
Right,
I
ma'am.
give you one more reason. Like what happens with, especially with the beginners, they do wishful learning. Wishful learning in the sense they keep on saying daily, "I want to improve my English. I want to improve my English. I want to improve," but they will not do anything for it. They will only keep on speaking. So one needs to keep on speaking daily and practice. And practice doesn't include only watching YouTube videos. I interact with a lot of people, and I have seen they wonder, if you're watching 2 3 videos in a day for YouTube, it is enough. But it's not enough. YouTube videos adding is a perk. into your learning, like you get something extra. Give at least 15 to 20 minutes dedicatedly for speaking and for practicing. That matters. And the other things, watching YouTube videos, this is like general, which we do the way we watch reels. This is important, but this is not the only thing. People say, ma'am, I watch YouTube videos, I listen to podcasts, but this is something perks extra what you are doing. This is not a part of your English learning journey. Part of your English learning journey is spending 15 to 20 minutes quality that will really help you to improve. This is
Yeah.
something that matters.
Yeah, yeah. Only by watching content that is understanding like I'm doing well and I'm going to reach at my levels very soon. So it is not possible,
Yes,
right?
I tell you, that's what people have this kind of thinking. They like, suppose, even if with YouTube videos, I tell you, people say, ma'am, we watch YouTube videos. They watch for 1 day, 2 days, and then third, 3, 4 days they take a gap. Then they watch, and after 2 months they say, ma'am, English is not my cup of tea. मुझे तो आ ही नहीं सकती English, तो मुझे मेरे बस की नहीं है. But you should see and keep a check on yourself, what actually you are doing for it. If you are
Yeah,
not putting action, how you can like expect the reaction to it? So one needs to put in continuous efforts, and those efforts should be that will give you the result.